want to introduce Cheryl, who will give you a complete rundown on how our Investigate Building 7 conference is structured and how our day is planned. Cheryl?
Thank you, Mike. Morning, everyone. Great to see you all here. So I just want to give you a little background about our 9/11 Truth Group in Connecticut that planned this event. We started back in August talking about it, and we're really slow about things. And finally in December, things started to pick up. And then we actually got involved with the Building What campaign and decided to co-sponsor an event. And I'm so proud to be connected to this group of people, the Building What people, and also our committee here. And I wanted to give them some thanks, our committee members. So when I call your name, would you please stand up so people can really see who you are and appreciate what you've done? And if you're already standing, just kind of wave to them. So I'd like to say Damon Bean, Mike DeRosa, who you just met, Joanne Bauer, who's not here at the moment, Gary Fox, who's in the back taping, Mike Smith, who I haven't seen yet. Mike, are you here yet? No, not yet. Okay. Jessica Lee, she's not here yet. Wayne Costi, Wayne, in the back there. Ira Browse, Ira, who's a professor here at the University of Hartford. Vinny Rossi. Vinny, are you around? Vinny's over there. Okay. Laura Sykes. Laura, back there. Frank Lupko. And I also want to thank Albert Marceau, who went all over New England postering for us for the event. So thank you, Albert. And then, of course, I want to thank Ted Walter, who's not here today, but is with the Building What campaign and did many, many hours of work on this event. We owe him a great deal of thanks. And it was such a great experience working on this event because people were so energized and just wanted to help us. It was kind of amazing. And so I want to thank the guys in the back who jumped in last week and said, we're going to help you with the AV. And I'm like, well, good, because I know nothing about that. And so I want to thank John Holder, who's back there, who jumped in to help us. And John Schwank. And Norbert Rikosowitz. Okay, who jumped in to help. They met several times with the AV guy who works here, Mike Bernard. Thank you, Mike, also. They worked it all out, and they're giving up a whole 12 hours today on Saturday to film for us. It's really great, so thank you so much. And I know John Bolish from the Manchester Cable Access is taping back there. Thank you, John, for covering that. And if I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. We'll catch you later. Okay, so we had a really great group working on this. And this is what we're getting today, so I think you're going to have a great day. I hope you can stay for most of the day. Just a few housekeeping items. The restrooms, if you go straight back through the lobby to the end of the hallway and take a right, they're there on the right. There's also some downstairs, but they're harder to find. If you're staying for lunch or dinner or having that at the Commons on the university, it's a cafeteria buffet style across campus. It's $8.50 for lunch and $10 for dinner. So I recommend that. There's not a whole lot of places around here to go to in a short distance. And also several of our wonderful speakers have written books, and their books are for sale in the lobby. I hope you'll check those out. And since this is a conference on Building 7, we also thought it would be good to have David Ray Griffin's book here, which is the mysterious collapse of World Trade Center 7, why the final official report is unscientific and false. So that's a really good one to read. Also, we have a French film crew here today. They're going to be making a documentary on 9/11 for primetime French TV. And I'm told they may want to interview some of you, so that sounds like a great thing to be part of. So anyway, we've come together today, so we need a new investigation into the World Trade Center Building 7. And we want the New York City Council to hold an independent investigation. So that's why we're here demanding that. And why do we need this new investigation? Well, for starters, the 9/11 Commission report didn't mention it. It's in one footnote in this volume that's supposed to be the complete and final story of what happened that day, and they don't mention it. So that tells you something about the credibility of this document, doesn't it? So, okay. So our panel of experts will go into great detail today in making a case for the need for the investigation. They'll be coming right after lunch. And their presentation of the compelling evidence will be followed by our distinguished media panel. And hopefully they can help us to understand why the corporate media hasn't told us, for example, that the FBI has said that they don't have Osama bin Laden wanted for 9/11 because they don't have any solid evidence connecting him to the crime. Now, I would think that would be really a news story, wouldn't you? They don't tell us about that. Or perhaps they can clarify why the corporate media has told us next to nothing about Building 7. In fact, they have told us so little about it that the judge who presided over the ballot initiative efforts in New York City responded when he heard Building 7 with, "Building what?" So, I hope you'll stay with us through the evening presentation by architect Richard Gage, founder of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. The research he's done and the scientific evidence he presents is so solid that if you're new to all of this, it will alter your way of thinking about the collapse of the World Trade Center towers and Building 7, and it will probably alter your life. So stick around for that. I've been questioning 9/11 for about 9 years now, and Building 7 is truly the biggest mystery of them all. So today, the Building What campaign is kicking off their second round of TV ads, and you're going to be the first to see it here on the stage. And they're also, I understand, changing their name to Remember Building 7. So just so you know that. And so you're going to be part of making history here this morning when they unveil that new video, new 30-minute ad. 30 seconds, sorry. 30 minutes would be way too long. Okay. In my opinion, the most courageous people seeking the truth about Building 7 are the victims' family members. And we have them here speaking this morning. And we're going to start the conference with them sharing their personal stories. And now it's with great pleasure that I'm going to introduce Manny Badillo to you, and then he'll introduce the other family members. I first met Manny briefly in our 2007 conference that was at St. Joseph College. But I really got to know him better when I went to New York City in 2009 to help with the ballot initiative recount when the city threw out a lot of the petition signatures and we had to go verify them. And we all had lunch in Subway, and I got to talk with Manny a lot. And he's dedicated to getting that investigation that we so desperately need. Manny's uncle, Thomas Joseph Segroy, was murdered on September 11th, 2001. His uncle worked as the Vice President of Internet Technology at Marsh & McClellan with offices in the North Tower. His body was recovered months later. The official cause of death was asphyxiation. As a former Air Force public affairs specialist, Manny won the highest award for enlisted service members on his base. Now Manny is an outspoken advocate for family members, rescue workers, residents, and survivors of the crimes of September 11th. He is outreach director for NYC Conn, and he has helped raise funds for the World Trade Center Rescuers.org, feelgoodfoundation.com, and Architects and Engineers for 9/11truth.org, as well as many individual first responders and rescue workers in need. Manny has appeared on international TV broadcasts, radio shows, and award-winning documentaries, one of which first took place in the London Independent Film Festival. He has interviewed John Schroeder, one of the first firefighters to rush into the towers, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who said she supports all family members' questions being answered, and Janet Napolitano, who agreed it is within the New York City Council's jurisdiction to investigate Building 7's collapse. Manny had the street in Brooklyn where his uncle grew up named Thomas J. Segroy a 9/11 Memorial Way. At the street renaming ceremony, New York City Council member Simcha Felder signed the historic New York City Conn petition alongside 80,000 other New York City residents. Manny was part of this past anniversary Bursary's memorial service for the first time, speaking of his uncle and representing his family, where he concluded by saying, "We know the truth of this unresolved crime saves countless lives." Manny is a native of and lives in New York City, and it is with great admiration and respect that I welcome Manny Badillo. Manny.
Cheryl, and thank you everyone for being here today. This is truly a historic event, and I'm very humbled to be surrounded by everyone here. I'm more than grateful for the contributions made to the Building Watt campaign from concerned citizens the world over, especially from the people you will hear from today. The truth of this event does save countless lives. My Uncle Tom was the rock and the light and the man in our family that kept us all together. And when we lost Uncle